Good day, stock market traders and investors. This is Total Investor, and on this YouTube investment channel, we discuss technical analysis and we use chart patterns to make our decisions as to what to buy and sell with stocks, commodities, and sometimes even cryptos. This week, I'm going to discuss about 15 stocks that I have a strong position on, a strong perspective on. With regard to either buying or selling, and I'm using basically two indicators. One is the buy-sell indicator that I found that has been working exceptionally well and has provided some phenomenal returns, both short-term and intermediate term, and another indicator that helps along, that is the 20-day exponential moving average. The very first well, before I go any further, please keep in mind that you should be subscribed to this channel if you want to get notices by YouTube. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. And keep in mind that everything is for educational purposes only, not thought of as financial advice. Okay, what you do with the information is entirely up to you. So let's get started with the very first one, and that is Apple. AAPL is the stock symbol. It gave us some pretty good buy and sells in the past. This one, the very first week of November, and then selling back late December. Again, just very simple buy sell. I wanted to keep this particular indicator to be very, very simple. This particular last two down here were not very profitable, unfortunately, but we got a buy signal on Thursday, and the stock traded above the 20-day exponential moving average. So this is now becomes a buy, and it's good because we've got a floor that it found here at around the upper 160, like 166, 167 area. And I think that this could be a bottom for Apple, and we might see some touching the old highs. If we do, it'd be a very nice return. Of course, the general market has to cooperate, and we might have some trouble with that though. Okay, Apple. Next is Agios, or AGIO is the stock symbol. Very profitable trades in the past, as you can see here. Buy it back in early November. Buy again in late January. That was a nice one at about $23. Went all the way up to $35. A sell in the just above 30. Well, it broke the downtrend line here. It broke above and traded above the 20-day exponential moving average, and it gave a buy signal on Thursday. So here we are at around 29 and change for a buy. I think that this could be going back up. If it does, what we would normally do for a target is this price here, the bottom that it made at around $21 to the high $35. You take the difference, which is $14. You add it to this low that it made afterwards. So we're talking about $41 from here for the target. So if that gets there, and of course there's no guarantee for that, that would be a very nice percentage-wise return on Agios. Next is CYTK. CYTK is a stock symbol. Nice signal here that we got in early December at around the mid-30s. Rode it all the way up to over 100. Okay, this is more than a triple in just over a month. That was phenomenal. Then we got our sell. Our last buy signal came just at the end of March, and if you can see here, it is trading above the 20-day exponential moving average. It is sloping upwards, so that's all good. However, I would wait for confirmation again once it trades above this level of support, resistance here. This was support, it became resistance. I wanted to break through for final confirmation. Okay, CYTK. Next is Datadog. DDOG is a symbol. We had a little bit of a consolidation, and we found a floor just below the 120. We got a buy signal just mid last week. The stock is above the 20-day exponential moving average. It's sloping upwards. So this is looking good to go. We'll see how far this can go, again, depending on how the general market does. Next is Directional Financial Bull 3X shares. FAS is a stock symbol. This, by the way, is one of the rare sells that I have right now. The buys have done very well going back to November. A nice upward slope here. We've got the first one that came in at around just below 60. I think it was $55. Rode that up until the sell, which came about 2.5 months later at just over 80. Then very quickly, after a couple of days later, we got another buy signal. Rode that up all the way up to around 105. And now we got the last sell. So the last two have been very good buy signals. Now we got our sell. It's trading below the a downward sloping 20-day EMA. Okay, so stay away or sell if you got if you're holding this particular stock, FAS. Next, this is basically the inverse, which is the directional financial bear, 3x shares, FAZ. Again, you would have done the exact opposite, or you could just buy one. Then when you get out, you buy this one. Okay, so it just works in the reverse. Finally, we got our last, our new buy signal here on Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday confirmed with the up move. This stock is trading above the 20-day exponential moving average. Last is, I believe, what, 11.32 cents. So everything is looking good. Again, it looks like we might have some trouble with the financial sector caused by interest rates. Okay, we'll see what happens. FAZ is the stock symbol there. FSLY, FSLY is the stock symbol. The stock gave a sell or just right after the top, crashed after that, continued to move lower and lower. Finally, we've got a buy signal that happened on, I believe that was, what is that, Monday. And it just traded above the exponential moving average. So it looks like this one may have finally bottomed out and is ready to move higher from here. Although don't expect it to move back up to the old highs very quickly. Okay, there's going to be some risk involved in this one, FSLY. Next, General Motors. We've seen this pattern before, a buy that it gave in mid-November at around $28. Sold it at around just under 36. Buy again at the upper 30s. A sell, not too much profit in this one, but finally the last one here, buy just above in the low 40s. And a sell on Friday. Now we still have this moving, this upward sloping trend line. You might want to wait until it breaks that, just to be certain that we're going to be entering a bear phase, or you could be selling, just taking your profits on this one because it did close below the 20-day exponential moving average. So that is General Motors, GM. And OPFI, OPFI is a symbol here. If you took the buy signal here back in early November at around 240, rode it all the way up to more than double, you would have sold at around 4.5. A nice percentage-wise move in just less than 2 months. That would have saved you a couple, a nice loss here. But down here is basically in a bear market. The moving average has been sloping downwards. It's been trading below the trend line. Finally, we got a bottom here with this, and now we've got a buy from the signal. It traded above the upward sloping 20-day exponential moving average. It broke the trend line, and it's all green candles from here. So this is looking very interesting from here. 320. If we can get to the old highs around 5.5, that'll be a very good percentage-wise move. Again, the general market has to participate. We'll see what happens. OPFI is a symbol. Next, Oscar Health, OSCR. Been in a bull market since the initial buy here, and I believe that it was the very first or second trading day of November at around, I don't know what that is, maybe $5, give or take. Gave a couple of buy and sells here along the way. Went all the way up to 18 plus, more than a triple from the initial buy. Then a sell. That saved us a few points. And finally a buy back on the first trading day of April. And it's been a little bit of consolidation. We are firmly above the exponential moving average and still green. Last two trading days were green. So this Looks like it does want to move higher slowly, but I think we could get there back to some new highs. OSCR is a symbol on that. Next, the RMR group. RMR is a symbol. This one didn't give too many good signals, but they were good ones. Early November came in at around $23, rode that up to the top at around just below 29, sold it on this day. I believe that was early January, and that was led to a nice correction back down to almost the lows that it had before. It picked up a buy signal back in late March, a little bit of consolidation. Finally, we're starting to move up above the moving average here. Finally closed above that and traded entirely above that. So it looks like this could be the next start of the move upwards again. If we can get to the old highs, maybe $4 or $5 on this. It won't be a huge percentage move, but this is, it's not the type of stock that you get a big move. It's more of a slower mover, and that might be something that most people want. RMR is a symbol. Next, Charles Schwab Corp, SCHW is a symbol. It looks like we've got a double top here from the December highs and the highs that it's formed over the past 2 weeks here, or 3 weeks, going back to late March, early April. That would give us not only a double top, but also a negative divergence if you're looking at the RSI. Right now, we've got a sell signal that we got on Thursday. It's trading below the 20-day exponential moving average, sloping downwards. And we basically have this particular trend line, upward sloping trend line, that is like the last line in the sand there before we get final confirmation of this, of a probably a short-term or maybe even intermediate-term bear in this particular stock. But personally, if I had gotten in here at around $63, $64, I would have taken profits already. Okay, that is Schwab. And Supermicro Computer, SMCI. This thing went sideways for a bit, several months. Finally, late January, it gave a good buy signal at around, I think that was just over 350. Rode that all the way up to over 1200. Finally, we got a sell in mid-March. Buy and selling. We've got some consolidation going on here. We've got a little bit of a floor at around, let's call that 850. But we are now at, we now just recently got a sell. We are down below a downward sloping EMA, 20-day EMA. The stock is below that. We've got a lot of red candles. So this looks like it wants to go lower. Frankly, if I had made that much money on that stock, I'd probably want to be taking some, a little bit off the table here. Okay, Supermicro Computer, SMCI. And TEVA, this one is probably one of the easiest one you could have made money on. Late October, early November is when it gave its last signal at around $8.50. Slow mover, but all the way up. All you had to do was just buy and hold. It traded above almost $14.50. We finally got our sell at on Friday at around 13.5. So that would have given us more than 50% return in less than half a year. Annualized, that is a phenomenal profit to have for just like one stock. Okay, TEVA, TEVA. And finally, I think that this is the last one, UNIS. The stock got hammered after it made its high. Consolidated a little bit for over a month. It looks like it finally made a bottom. We got a buy signal on the first trading date of April. The stock is trading above the 20-day EMA. It's upward sloping now, so it looks like this thing does want to move higher. How high? Doesn't seem to maybe have a lot of strength because we're not getting a lot of volume for follow through. So if you're going to be into this one, you're going to have to watch this one very, very carefully that it doesn't fall back, and I think part of that might have to do with the general market. Okay, so please keep that in mind. UNIS, UIS is a stock symbol, and yes, that was the very last one. So again, for those who have not subscribed, please do so. It's better, best for you. That way, you do not miss any future videos that I put out. If you have any questions, please down below in the comments section, and also a big thumbs up. And hopefully, you make a lot of money this coming week. Talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.